What's up, good people, and welcome back to my channel where we bond over our favorite TV shows, trending topics, and everything in between that we care about. So today I am back with another video, of course, because you're looking at me. And today I'm giving my commentary on the Nene Leakes versus the Bravo Network lawsuit that she filed. It's been, I think, like since the pandemic. I think it's been like close to 2 years. And now, you know, it's all in motion and all of that. And I actually was going to do this story when it first came out that she was going to sue Bravo for racial discrimination and some other things I think we'll see in this article here. But I have been lightly following this, and primarily through Michelle A.T.L. Brown, because she is definitely a Nene stan. And so she has definitely been giving the updates on it. And so when I heard about this Yahoo article, and it's seeming like the tables are turning with this whole case in the favor of Nene Leakes, I will say in the beginning I was a little hesitant. I kind of didn't know where to go with this, because although I do like Nene as a character, I've thought and feel that she was really good for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and her presence is definitely missed. Like, it's a void there. But however, Nene is a diva. And so when she was complaining about mistreatment, and it was all around the time she was no longer going to be on the show, I didn't know how much of her was just throwing a tantrum. You know, she's wants to be the queen bee, or she really is, but she can be a lot. And so I didn't know how to go with it. I didn't know, like, if she was just throwing a tantrum. So long story short, I was really not taking sides in the very beginning. And as things started to kind of go along and more was coming out, I was starting to come off of the fence and lean more towards Nene. So anyway, this article from Yahoo, I decided, hey, let's go over it together. I have not read the article, so it's a blind, reading for me. And then just like, let's talk about it. Let's chat about it down below. So anyway, let's get into it. It says, this is again Yahoo News. It says, we need to support Nene Leakes. Why I believe she deserves grace. And yeah, I guess, we're looking at it now where she has definitely been blackballed. Her star was really rising. She was all on all these shows and everything. And it definitely took a turn for a while. But it does seem like she's slowly making her way back up. And then she's on that College Hill show, and I keep forgetting, I want to check that out. So she's on the BET Plus Celebrity College Hill, I think is what they're calling it. So, but yeah, so check that out, I guess, if you guys are interested. But anyway, it says, Nene Leakes deserves grace. There, I said it. While we're used to seeing the Real Housewives of Atlanta alum effortlessly juggling entrepreneurship, motherhood, and God knows what else, it shouldn't be lost upon us that she's a human like us. Very true. These past few years have primarily been rough for the Georgia Peach, as she recently laid her late husband to rest while finding herself embroiled in a sticky lawsuit. And I forgot about that, about her losing Greg as well. So she definitely has been dealing with a lot. Additionally, the woman who was once the poster child of one of the most watched television franchises now finds herself at odds with her former network home. A situation I'm sure both parties never saw coming. Regardless of your feelings on Nene or her position, she's still owed the same grace that many of her non-black counterparts receive. And then the article actually goes on to give an example of how Nene's white counterparts in the other housewife franchises are able to get away with so much more than what the black and brown housewives have been able to do. And they give the example of Teresa Giudice flipping the table and even going as far as to push Andy, which I don't know if I just forgot about it, if it's been so long ago, but when you really think about it, like, she assaulted her boss and was able to, I mean, she's still on the show to this day. And on top of that, she was arrested and convicted of a federal crime, financial crime, and then ended up back on the show. Like, she went to jail and then she came back and she was back on the show. And so basically this article is saying, they've been given a lot of grace and Nene has not been given the same level of grace. And I can see that to a degree, because most of Nene's stuff is diva behavior. Now, I don't know how far it goes behind the scenes, but it's really been like diva behavior more than anything. But then it goes on to talk about the racist tendencies also seen in these shows, and how when Nene Leakes has called out the racism, it has fallen on deaf ears. Basically what led us to the current lawsuit that she has. And this reporter goes on to say, never mind, at one point, Nene and her larger-than-life personality became synonymous with the brand. Very true. Nene Leakes was definitely, it really kind of still is, definitely the most popular housewife in the entire franchise, not just the Housewives of Atlanta, but all of the franchises. She became a household name. And that's true. Like every season, there were multiple viral quotes that we got from Nene Leakes and memes that are still out today that we will all use, we all still use, those of us who use memes. So it is true. Like, she has definitely created a legacy within that network and has not received the level of accolades that some of the lesser known women and lesser impactful women, less impactful women have had as it pertains to the franchise and network. And this writer also goes on to say, it's a tale as old as time when the talent of a black woman is used as a tool to enhance the workplace. But they're all laid out to dry when the company has no use for them anymore. Thankfully, Nene's influence lives beyond that network. And that's true. That's very true. And I mean, it's true. Some people don't like the race talk, and I could care less. I'm going to talk about it anyway because it's true. It's a lived experience here. But it's very true. And I mean, people have used the comparison of the CW, Fox, and then the writer goes on to give examples of it. And he says here, because of Nene, we have a meme for just about every situation our community faces. For example, it's likely because of Nene that we're in a housing crisis because we all refuse to purchase homes with white refrigerators. And any of us who are fans of the show remember that epic read when she went to see Kenya in that hotel. Well, Kenya was saying it was her apartment, a luxury hotel or whatever, and it had a white refrigerator. It was the cheap kind, too. And there are really nice high-end white refrigerators now. So I think this ain't true no more if you get the high-end white refrigerator. I think some of them are beautiful. But anyway, he goes on to say, before reality TV became the mega hit that it is, we had women like Nene leading ensemble casts of wealthy black women who exuded luxury while still being a verbal assassin when it called for it. Of course, this isn't to say that wealthy black women who epitomized luxury didn't exist before Nene, but her role in ushering in these images should go down in history. Nene represents more for the culture than most give her credit for. And that's really true. Like, as much as I've been like a pseudo fan of hers. Like, I like the interest that she brings to the show. I just didn't always like the diva behavior, and just she became so full of herself. Like, it was just too much. And so that, because I didn't like how she behaved, started to cloud my vision of her to the point that I literally did not consider what he's talking about here. That the truth is, Nene has truly impacted our culture in the time that she's in the past decade or so. And so she really has added a lot to it from an entertainment perspective. And so she definitely deserves her props for that completely. But that's my thoughts. Like, y'all let me know in the comments below. Regardless of her diva-like behavior, etc., just as a reality personality, do you feel like she's had the level of impact on our culture that the writer here is describing? And I'd be interested to know what you guys think about it, because in reading it, I'm in agreement with him. And he goes on to say, we're expected to carry our subpar white colleagues on our backs while simultaneously enduring discrimination. When we finally get exhausted and speak up, we're labeled as combative or a liar. And the sad part is that the commodification continues to happen. Even when we exit these toxic work environments, the company still profits from our achievements. This is why we must support Nene. As I'm reading this, I'm kind of thinking about my own personal experiences with corporate America. I'm like, yeah, in my head. And then I'm like, oh, this ain't about me. But it is true. It is true. Because and I'm talking about me, but some of y'all out there that have been in these shoes too, where you had to endure discrimination. And at a certain point, you get tired of the fight. Because you're kind of like, what am I fighting for? Because I don't care about this ish here. No way. This ain't me. I'm doing this all for y'all. Like, I'm pouring into your thing, your vision, you know, your ish. And at a certain point, it's like, why am I fighting to make your ish work when you're doing the opposite? And I'm just combating against you to keep this ship from sinking. And then I leave and I watch the ship sink because I knew it would, because y'all wasn't listening. But that's a sidebar. We'll talk about that on like Patreon or something when I share those kind of stories with y'all. But anyway, he's saying here that, you know, when you do speak up, you're being seen as combative or a liar, you know, toxic and all of those other things. And so at a certain point, you're just like, I'm tired of the narrative, I'm tired of fighting, and you just go about your business. However, you do that, and then they're still profiting from your achievements, from what you built. So he's saying in that is why we need to support Nene. And again, I'm very interested to see what you guys think about this. But his last piece of it, he says, I know it has become a sordid trend on social media to mock the accounts of Black women who faced hardship, especially discrimination. When we continue to discount Black women's experiences because we haven't parted with our internalized misogyny, it sends a clear message to non-Black folks. They will be led to believe that since we don't take Black women seriously, they shouldn't either. They will see our lack of interest in protecting them as a sign of dehumanizing them at every turn. Whether you like Nene or not, I'd encourage you to offer up some support as you'd want for yourself should a similar situation arise. So this is interesting, and there were some comments that I saw saying Nene paid for this, the writer to write this. I don't necessarily believe she did. I do believe that he is definitely a Nene stan, a Nene fan, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think it was done in a really thought-provoking way to take some of the attention off of Nene herself and look at it more in a systemic way. And Nene is a player in this, but also the other side is giving Nene her flowers for what she has accomplished, not only personally, but for Bravo, but also for the culture. So to me, when you package that all together, it does, to me, lean more towards maybe we should take Nene more serious and this whole thing more serious with the discrimination lawsuit with Bravo, which is not only about her, but she's saying in general, it's been a racist environment. And so I don't know, but you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. With that, that's all I have for this video. If you've lasted to this point, please hit that like button below to help us grow. And if you're new or returning and have not subscribed as of yet, this would be a great time to hit that subscribe button below to join the subscriber family. So with that, until next time, until I upload the next video, make sure to take care and be blessed. Peace.
Popping like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Hit the ground running like the rent do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through. Like hold up, say what's the hold up. I got the pack, who got the roll up? I'm tryna pull up. It seem like every time I show up, it gotta go up. See the drip, they see the glow up. Oh, now they know us. See, it's funny how my pockets out of shape, but I fit for the flex. Clear the phone call, hit my chick with a text. Parlay through the bird with my drip from the jets. Save a couple hundred by your with the rest.